young fella, it's building blocks. It's like building a foundation for a house. It's like a rainy night in the middle of the woods and you want to build a tent. You want that tent to be a steady foundation so the water doesn't leak through. Forgive me, my allergies are coming. It's like you don't want the water to leak through, so you make sure that it's steady and it's smooth. Forgive me, as you can see, I'm getting old in age and my glasses are not fitting me like they used to 20 years ago. But yes, one of the things that separate education from absolutely everything else is actually two things. One, you can take a lot of things away from you, but your education is something that they can't take you. You must take that into consideration and value each time you feed your brain, because education is very, very excuse me, important. Yes, indeed. Education also gives you a history. Yes, gives you a history of the things that worked and the things that just didn't work, that didn't work at all. Yes, yes, yes. By getting a successful education, you learn the barriers to success. Indeed, indeed. We learn tactics that people use, whether for the good or for the bad, and we learn from it. But at the end of the day, it's nothing like getting an education, because that, my friend, is permanent. Athletics, wealth isn't permanent. Age isn't permanent. But your education is something that they can never take away from you. And you must cherish that. You know the old saying? If you don't know where you're going, any road can lead you there. But with education, there's only one road. Yes, yes, yes. And that's the road to success. So when in doubt, you must cherish your education. My passion? Oh yes, my passion. My passion, sir, comes from a desire to help. For example, excuse me, I need my tea. For example, if I saw two young fellas fighting, duking it out, I would, excuse me, I would pull over. I would try to separate the fight. I would figure out their conflict and ways on how to resolve it. I would see ways on how to make them friends again. Yes, and then I'll seek ways on just ending their problems. Found out my mother and father, they were really, they were really big on explaining the roots on conflict. Excuse me. The roots on conflict and why people did or didn't get along. I grew up with 4 brothers, 3 sisters. Therefore there was a lot of conflict in my household. I remember those good old days. But through that, there was a lot of give and take. And basically, with my family, I had a lot of take. The take that I got was the satisfaction of teaching, because I was the oldest. Therefore, I influenced a lot of my younger brothers and sisters. And I found that I had a really big satisfaction when I taught them things, especially things that they didn't know. So with that being said, I started a market business selling market. I could have made a lot of money if I continued, but I decided to stop. I decided to open my own business, known as the Dr. D's College and Preparatory Admissions Building, which is me and a couple of my colleagues and I, we help kids with tutoring, homework, college applications, all that in a bag of chips. We help them with all of that. So when in doubt, I could have made a lot of money selling marketing, but I chose to pick a career of teaching, because that is my desire, and that is my passion. And yes, I appreciate your time and your questions. If you ever need me, I'll be ready. I'll be watching you like a snake in the night. See you later, my friend. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oi. Alright. So basically, the sport of lacrosse is a magnificent sport. It was founded by the Native Americans during the 18th century. And it's basically, lacrosse basically excelled in the past 5 years. It went from nothing to something. It's a terrific sport. I picked it up around the age of 8. I personally grew up in New Jersey, where lacrosse was sort of a big deal. Most kids in Massachusetts didn't know anything about lacrosse. So I started at a very young age, 8 years of age. I moved into Mass, and I started middle school. Middle school was when kids first picked up a lacrosse stick and they learned about the sport. But me, from living in New Jersey, I already knew everything about the sport. So I had a sort of an upper hand, advantage. And I basically loved it. This is my girlfriend. She's my wife. She's my lover. Wherever I go, my stick goes, man. You know, I just love cradling in the hallways, ducking and dodging. You know, it's fun. It's fun. It's a terrific sport. I recommend every kid to play it. It's very safe. Unlike football, those guys like to smash, smash, smash. I like to think. Therefore, I play lacrosse. Pick up a stick. Nice, pretty boy sport. You know? Sun's out, guns out, bro penny all the way. That's how we do it. Yeah, it's a lovely sport. We have a terrific high school program. I recommend everyone to come. And yeah. It's funny that you ask, because I'm full of a whole lot of swag, you know? I'm what you call swaggerific on the lax field. Dude, like, I'm totally like the best player out there when I'm out in the field. Not to be cocky or anything, but I work hard. It's about the swag. The swag helps me about 80%. 80% of lacrosse is swag. You have to be swaggerific. You know? You gotta have the bro penny, of course. Yeah, dude, you dudes know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Gotta have the bro pennies. You gotta have a nice stick. As you can see, my stick is sort of ripped up right now, but dude, trust me, man. As soon as I get on the lax field, it's gonna be all taped up and beautiful. I'm gonna have this highlighted. I'm gonna have my net fixed. Everything's gonna be magnificent. So yeah, bro, swag. What else? You gotta have the backwards hat when you're not on the field. You know, backwards hat. You gotta have the bro penny. Mid-calf socks. Yeah, you know. Last but not least, you gotta have the flow. That, my friend, I have lots of. So when it comes to swag, I am Mr. Swaggerific. Oh, almost forgot. On the field, most kids fail to realize that your helmet has to have a tilt. And what I mean is, most helmets are supposed to be worn straight. But us lax bros, you know, us lax bros have to tilt our helmet. Sort of aiming at the floor at a 45 degree. That's just swaggerific right there. Tilt or flow, anything go. Remember that. With the tilt and the flow, anything can go. Keep that in mind, and you'll be swagged out, homie. Peace out, bro. The one and only Coach Delacondra, dude. Yeah, he's definitely a bro. Like, him and I could have a big bro fest, you know. Coach Delacondra, assisted by this lovely young fella named Coach Smith. He's sort of the quiet guy, but I like him a lot. He knows his things about, you know, tossing balls and cradling. Totally, man. And Coach Keller, he's another assistant coach. Well, this guy right here, he's what you call ancient. He's ancient. He has ancient hips. His stomach's a little bit ancient as well, if you know what I mean. He knows a lot of drills. He's sort of the veteran when it comes to lacrosse drills. So we take a lot from Coach Keller. Yeah, and basically, we've won back-to-back championships about 3 out of the last 5 years. We made it to the playoffs. And we're currently undefeated right now. 18-0. And we're heading to state, so yeah. Time to lax it up, baby. Join Lax. See ya.